The frolicking voices of a family swimming at a nearby cabin, the call of a loon and a dog barking to the north, all competed for my attention. I redirected my hearing to tune out those ordinary sounds and to focus on the heart of the forest. Then I began to hear them. First, a double knock to my south, light but obvious. It was followed by a double knock from the little cedar swamp less than 70 yards to my west. Though I refer to them as knocks, they were like a large fist slapping against the palm of a large hand. They were communicating. I wondered, were they warning each other that I was there? I grabbed my knocking sticks and responded with one knock of my own, and then a tree fell just south of the cedar swamp. Was it a response? Or a bear? There were a lot of bears in the area this year, based off my game camera photos. It was at this point I began recording audio. It was 9:41 p.m. A chestnut-sided warbler called from nearby, followed by a song sparrow, then a veery. A cricket had begun its evening serenade. Shadows and darkness took over the landscape. Then a loud and unexpected shriek. It drew out into a series of barks. A lone coyote, and it was close. I heard vocals, perhaps mimicking the children's voices at the lake, and I absolutely knew there was no human in the forest near me. A stick broke. I mentioned it, as well as the time. It's 9:52. I asked whoever it was to continue the interaction. I asked a few more questions, but it was quiet for a while. Finally, a single tick sounded nearby. I thanked it with a light knock. The wind had picked up, but only about 50 yards or so south of me. Within my perimeter, the air was perfectly still. Not a single leaf moved. I have witnessed this phenomenon many times, and I have my theories. Heavy bipedal footsteps moved through the woods 30 yards to my south. They sounded as though they were approaching. The birds had fallen silent, leaving only the lone call of the cricket. A soft double knock broke the stillness. Then came the unmistakable pop of a thumb pulled from the mouth. I mimicked it the best I could, and then followed it up with a quiet double knock. Later, while reviewing the audio, I could clearly hear a voice say, "That's us." A light flickered in the tall grass. "Is that a firefly?" I asked. I knew it was. There was an immediate response on the audio recording. Yes. Another faint double knock followed. I commented on it, and seconds later came a single sharp knock, clear and hollow, like wood striking wood. Then the forest was silent for 20 minutes. The stillness ended with a thud nearby, like punky wood hit against a tree. Moments later, 2 distinct rock knocks echoed from the south. That was different, to throw rock knocks into the mix. "I didn't have any rocks," I said aloud, unable to respond. Another 45 minutes passed without noticeable activity. Someone began setting off fireworks. Late for fireworks, I thought. Then an entire chorus of coyotes erupted. It was 11:27. Their cries and shrieks echoed through the dark woods, unsettling enough to raise the hair on the back of my neck. The wind picked up, for real this time. I decided it was time to head in. I wasn't going to hear much else from the forest that night. I had used the privy several times that day, the old outhouse. The following morning, when I returned, a branch lay on the floor inside the outhouse. The door had to be opened and closed with its handle to be placed there. The end.